With a decade in the network marketing profession, Staci Hall and Nicole Domuret have created a lot of success, both in their online business and in helping thousands of others do the same. They'll help you ditch the tired old tactics that so many trainers still teach, master the core fundamentals, and keep you on the cutting edge of what's working to build influence on social media today. Staci and Nicole bring a wealth of knowledge from having coached countless 6- and 7-figure earners. Scaling your online business has never been this fun, so grab a drink, a notepad, and pen, and get ready to change your life.
Okay, so the reason why we're having this conversation today is because, well, there's a lot of reasons, but yesterday, if you didn't hear our Clubhouse room, you should go back and listen to it because we gave you all a little bit of a spank, and I think we all needed it. So definitely go back and get spanked. I think it will be good for you. But there, okay, so we had a pandemic. Yes, we know that. Okay, we had a pandemic. It led into a R word recession. At least that's the rumor, right? And so people had some slow months. They had some challenges in their lives. I'm not making light of it because I had them too. But people kind of lost their minds a little bit. They started freaking out, thinking nothing's working. My numbers are lower, whatever. So we thought, okay, we spanked you about that yesterday. So we're not going to do that again today. But today, we're actually going to reset things for you. Okay. We're going to remind you about the core fundamentals of actually building a business, one of which is attracting quality leads, but also finding quality leads, because we're no longer going to post and pray or rely on a reel going viral to give us leads. We're going to learn some skills if we haven't learned them already. And if we've learned them, we're going to up level them, because the distance between where you are and where you want to be is an increased level of skill and mindset, right? Because you can't out earn your personal development long term. It does not work. You might get a few really awesome paychecks outside of your personal development level, but you won't maintain it. You got to earn that chisel. There's no easy way. So, but there are simpler ways. So we're gonna share that with you. Anyway, that's my little intro, Domuret. You got anything to add before we lay down some gold?
No. No, you know what? I got to tell you, I'm really excited about this because this is a conversation. I'll talk about this later. A conversation that I just happened to have with Ray yesterday, because, he's even seeing people's language changing around this subject. And one of the biggest fears for trainers, like, and this was my conversation with Ray yesterday, and I know Staci feels the same way. The way we are conveying what we're about to convey to you, we want to convey to you how to attract people without chasing other network marketers. Because when you're chasing other network marketers, you're really not thinking outside of the box. You're not seeing the bigger picture. Because if there are network marketers that are in other companies that join you, or that you're actually seeing around you, like big leaders are attracting other big leaders, and you're like, what's going on there? Why is that happening? And why isn't it happening to me? Why can't I get that juggernaut that's going to change the face of my business? We want to talk about that a little bit because it's a little bit of a taboo subject. And the fact is, good marketing is going to attract anyone, whether they're a big juggernaut in a company, whether they're a mid-level earner in a company that is really a stealthy hard worker, or someone that's maybe a stealthy hard worker in a 9-to-5 conventional company that's looking for a little side gig because maybe they're just getting burned out. We got to get you out of your head about thinking about how can I attract quality leads from other companies, and think like a marketer that's going to attract a quality business lead in any game. This is really, really powerful. This is what you need to understand about marketing and good posture and good position. So, Staci, I'm going to hand it back over to you, but I wanted to throw that out there because I know in the back of people's heads, they're thinking, what are they talking about when they say quality lead? Should I be courting other people in other companies? Okay, Staci, I'm going to hand it back over to you because I want you to answer that question.
Oh, you're making me answer the hard questions. Okay, no worries. Um, so yeah, I mean, a quality lead means a lot of different things, and other network marketers who have experience in the profession are definitely quality leads if they're the right person. Obviously, we're not going after people who are happy in their current situation. That's just rude. That's like breaking up a happy marriage. Like, you don't insinuate yourself into a relationship that's working. Now, here's the thing. If somebody's happy, even if you did insinuate yourself, you're not going to lure them away. Like, people try to lure me away all the time. I am not lureable. Because I'm happy. So in a way, it would just be a waste of your energy anyhow, but it's still rude. So don't do it. But the other thing is, with people who have experience in network marketing, like really experienced leaders, you're looking to recruit that juggernaut. Most of the time, they're not responding to your posts necessarily. Like, they'll see you on social media and they might think you're cool and they might follow your stuff. But what cinches the deal for people like that is relationships. Like, those are people you're meeting because you get in the right rooms and you're going to events and you're going to masterminds and you're getting yourself in places where you get to know people, so that if God forbid anything should happen down the road, they should become disenfranchised, unhappy, whatever, then you're the first person they think of, right? But that's not who we don't build our business thinking about. I got to go after those people, because you have to show up every single day and attract. The reason why people can attract high quality leads with experience like that is because they've built influence, right? Because they've built influence. So how do they do that? It's how they show up every single day. That's how they do it. So this is so that's the short answer to your question, Nicole. The other part of the answer is that quality leads basically mean people that are suitable to the business, people that are likely to work, people who don't have massive money mindset issues, people that aren't complaining and being negative all the time, people who are coachable. Man alive, that's a big one, because everyone thinks they are, but geez Louise, some people really have a hard time following instructions. You'll give them suggestions like step by step, and they'll go do it their way and come back, and you'll correct them and they go out and do it their way again, and they'll come back and you correct them and they go and do it their way again. Like, it's like a brick wall. But they would swear upside down and sideways they're coachable. So that's a big part of it. And that comes through experience. You'll learn that through experience, how to sniff that out. But to build influence on social media, to attract a quality lead, a person who has the right mindset, the right suitability, is going to want to work, you got to be super crazy consistent. And we talk about this all the time, but it is so important. You have to be super crazy consistent. You can't show up consistently 3 times a week. When I say crazy consistent, I mean every day, multiple times a day, somewhere. You have to be visible. It's not hard, but it's easy to not do it. That's the problem. You have to show up. Like, people say that to us all the time, don't they, Nicole? You ladies are like the most consistent people I've ever met. Well, yeah, because that's the foundation. But you notice we take breaks from certain things. We were off Clubhouse for a while, taking a little break, hanging with our family. But it's not like we took a break from our business. We were still visible all over the place. That's the key. So that you're always front and center in people's minds. And you have to be providing valuable content. Because if you want to attract leads, you need to be posting things that are solving problems for the exact person that you're trying to attract. So if you don't know who that person is, it starts there. You have to know that. Who do you want to attract? What is their deal? What makes them laugh? What do they like? What solves problems for them? What do they enjoy reading about? What do they like to learn about? What's their thing, right? You have to understand that, because you can't join the conversation they're having in their head right now if you don't know what that conversation is. That is the key to attracting, by the way. When somebody lands on your profile and they start looking at your content, you want them thinking, oh my God, she's talking to me. That's me. She's talking to me. And no, you're not talking to them, but you're talking to a person who's exactly like them. And that's why you know what that person's struggling with, or what they want to hear, or what they think is funny. It's super easy to make their life better, easier, more fun if you understand them. Think about your girlfriends or your guy friends, Lyle, your buddies, your friends, whatever. Um, when you get into a room and you're just chit chatting, maybe you're having a cup of coffee together, a cocktail, whatever, you know exactly what to talk about to get their ear, right? You know what they're going to find interesting. If you read something that you think is going to really inspire them, you'll share it. If you heard something that made you laugh, or you saw something on Instagram that you were like, "Oh my gosh, I have to share this with Nicole. She'll die laughing." You go share it with them, right? Because you know what makes them laugh. You'll save it to your desktop notepad for the next time you have a conversation, because you want to make sure you don't forget to share it. Well, that's what it's like when you know who you're trying to attract. That's how you build influence with the right people, because you know exactly what inspires them, what motivates them, what they want to hear, what makes them laugh, what they want to learn about, what's going to solve a problem for them. And you bring it to them every single day. And when you do it with leadership language. So even if you are sharing something authentically that you're going through, something tough, something on the journey of a life that kicked you in the teeth, you're still going to share it from a leadership position. You're going to share it from a lesson learned and understanding that life happens for you and not to you. And you're not going to play the victim, because they will stalk victims on social media like a train wreck, because they can't look away, but they won't join you. So you want to make sure you're always speaking from that leadership position, so that they look at you as somebody who goes through tough stuff, but draws lessons from it and becomes stronger because of it. That's what they're looking for. People are looking for leadership. They're looking for somebody who can help them win. Be that person. Be that person every day. And if you do that consistently, and if you're always thinking about that when you post, then when people land on your profile, and we'll talk a little bit about how to get those people on your profile to attract them, right? But you want to make sure that your storefront, your profile, is giving them exactly what's going to be like a buffet feast for them when they land. Because if you do that, then the minute they land, they know immediately you're their person. And they'll keep coming back every day to see what else you got. Those are quality leads. You get to decide who that person is, by the way. And that's why I said know who it is you're trying to attract. Design it. Do not design your branding, your personal branding, around attracting someone that's not going to be suitable for the business. We see this all the time. And then I'm going to pass it back to Nicole. Their I help statement says, I help broke single moms create a second income, or something like that. Why would you attract broke single moms? Why would you do that? That's not going to be a way to build your business. Now, I'm not saying that you don't want broke single moms in your business. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying you don't want broke single moms who identify as broke single moms. Do you see what I'm saying? It's the choice of the language. They could be a single mom with no money, but they don't identify as a broke single mom because they have a good attitude and they're scrappy. And you want to attract people who are solution oriented. So don't call out broke single moms. Call out ambitious, motivated single moms. That's who you want if you're going after single moms, I mean. So you get to decide, who do you want to work with? Define them, call them. Because you don't want to attract people that are just going to complain all the time and say they don't have the money, and you know, they're 3 weeks in the business and they're saying, "Do I have to run my auto ship? Is there a way for me to not run my auto ship?" That's not somebody who's serious about building a business, right? You don't want to attract a whole heap of people like that because you'll drive yourself crazy. You get to decide. So make sure you define exactly the kind of person you want to work with and join the conversation they're having in their head several times a day. Be everywhere, as many places as you are on social media. Be of value there. You don't have to be anywhere where you're not currently on social media, but if you are, be of value there. Build that influence. Why wouldn't you? It will make your, business building a lot more fun.
That's so awesome. I love that you're talking about storefront because it's very, very important and it can change. Don't think that as soon as you chisel it into the stone, it's like the 10 Commandments. It can change because as you grow and as your audience grows and as your business grows, it may change. You may find a different love, something that really speaks to you that you want to attract, right? So do this for me. If there is someone that you are so drawn to, maybe it's an influencer, I want you to look at them. How are they showing up? How often are they showing up? What are they saying? Are they repeating themselves? Is it brand new? Is it always something different? I guarantee you it's not. It's the same thing. Remember, professionals attract or say things over and over and over to new people. Amateurs always trying to rack their brain for things to say to the same people. You do not want the same pool of people all the time. That means your business isn't growing. So do me a favor, two things. The first one is go find an influencer. Let's keep it simple, just one. Someone that you love. When they pop up in notifications that they're going live, you can't stop yourself. You have to listen to what they're going to say because you know that whatever falls out of their mouth is either going to be something you can apply to your business or something that's going to edify your soul. We need that every day too, right? I want you to look at them. I want you to pay attention, like really pay attention. Don't necessarily think about how it's affecting you right now, but go and look at why there is something there that is attracting everyone else. Why are they an influencer? What are they saying? What are the messages? What is the posture? How do they know who they're talking to? It's going to be in their words. Like if, for instance, here's a really good example. I saw a video of Gloria Mayfield Banks just a few days ago. That woman's posture is so high and mighty, and I love her. And she is humble and incredibly gentle and kind when you meet her in person. She's amazing. But when she gets on the floor and she's talking in front of who? Women. What kind of women? Powerful business women, professional women. I just saw a video of her standing in front of women, and I'm imagining this is her own event. It was intimate, but she was somewhere like a hotel. There's probably 30 or 40 women in the audience, and they all looked like her. They were professional and dressed to the nines. They showed up in that room just like she did. She attracted her. And the very first thing that popped out of her mouth when she started talking was, I attract powerful, busy, professional women. And that's why you're all here. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's confidence. But it's also empowering to those women because she just edified them by saying they are powerful, busy, professional women that want more. Go look at those people and realize that you have the same opportunity to carry the same posture they do because their bank account is different from your bank account. There is no reason on the planet why you can't have the same posture that they have. That should not be stopping you. If it is, then we have a money mindset issue. And that's where you need to grow. Because you're not here to reflect on your bank account right now. You're here to change lives and offer and empower. I loved her word attract. She put it out there. That's who she attracts, and she lets the world know it. She's proud of it. Be proud of who you attract. Let people know what you do. But go look and see what it is that draws you into that person. Start using it. Don't use this exact same thing, but use the concept, the method, the posture, understanding other people's positions that you want to attract. And so Staci was spot on what you said. When you put I attract struggling moms, is that really what you want? You want to attract ambitious moms that may be struggling. There's a totally different position and posture there. Moms that are ready to be a mama bear and do whatever the heck it takes to leave a legacy for their family. I don't know how many times I have heard NFL players that are telling their story. You know, we see them playing and we see that they're making millions of dollars. And like, oh my God, they get paid so much money, right? And you sit down and you finally hear their story. And 9 times out of 10, they had single moms that were working 2 jobs to get them in the best schools, to give them the very best opportunities to have to really live and hone their passions and their skills, because nothing else was important to them than the love of their life, which was giving the very best to their children. That was their goal. They knew what they wanted and they got it. Know what you want. And don't be afraid. Me and Staci right here, we're giving you permission. Don't be afraid of showing up big. Don't be afraid of making 2023 the year that people go and Google your name, because you've become the person that they have to have in their life, and they got to find you in whatever platform you're living on. That should be your goal. And that is how you're going to start. That's a 20,000 foot view. That's how you're going to start attracting those quality leads. Start looking at it. Start paying attention. And start doing the things that those successful people are doing. It's not about their bank account. It's about their inspiration. It's also about their ambition. You have it in you to do the same thing. And I do believe we all have the obligation of to change the face of network marketing in this industry, and to have more powerful people like that. It shouldn't just be a few hundred or a few thousand. It should be hundreds of thousands, and the opportunity is lying at your fingertips. Staci?
Yeah, absolutely. And people will share you with their network if you are helpful to them, if they love you. So that's one of the reasons why we keep hammering going out and finding people, adding to your network every day. I'll hammer this every single day of my life. If you're going out and finding new eyeballs to pull into your world every day, and you're doing all the things we talked about already, you're going to be attracting on one side and finding on the other. You need both. You need both. We're not going to just post and pray. If you do this, you'll eventually build so much influence that you don't need to go out and find people anymore if you don't want to. But the leaders that I know who are really successful, like the John Meltons, they still do it. He still goes out and finds people. He's still looking, right? He has wicked tuned in spidey senses at this point. Doesn't have to look very hard because he knows exactly how to find them. You'll get that good too if you exercise the muscle. It's the combination between those two things, attracting and finding, that fills your pipeline with people who are glued to your every word. And that's how your business really starts to grow like wildfire. You know why? Because you're attracting the right quality of people, right? I mean, we're all equal in quality. I mean, suitability for the business. I always have to say that, right? So you're attracting people who are highly suitable to the business and much more likely to work it. So what happens is you will start to attract people who blow it up. If you attract 3 or 4 people who are scaling the compensation plan, hitting top ranks, guess what happens to your business? You build the foundation with lots of people doing a little bit. You're building your influence, you're keeping your pipeline full, and you end up attracting people who come in and blow it up on top of that. So you get these little, well, they're not that little, these major caffeine jolts in your business every now and again, where someone comes in and blows it up. And those caffeine jolts, you don't build your business on that, but they sure as heck help you get to the next level because you have your foundation. That's why we're always attacking it from both sides. We're attracting and we're finding. We're attracting and we're finding. It's so important. So how do you find them? We've covered this many, many times, but the easiest way is to actually have a social media attitude towards your social media where you're concerned. It's obviously we're using this to build our business, but I want you to also be somebody who uses social media the way it was intended. So wherever you live, find out where your people are hanging out. And I'm not talking about find out where people who are going to buy your products are hanging out. Hear me correctly. Find out where your people are hanging out. In other words, what do you like to do? What are you passionate about? What lights you up? And don't take the word passionate too seriously. Some people are like, I don't have any major passions. I'm not talking about your life's purpose here. I mean, like, do you like scrapbooking? You like scuba diving? Hey, maybe you're big into decluttering. That's super cool. I could watch those videos all day long. You know those videos where people are just showing you how to fold stuff and put it away? I'm like glued to that shizzle, guys. What do you like? Go find where those people are hanging out, creating content and chatting about stuff that interests you. Like legit, not for your business, but just because even if you weren't building a business, there's a better way of putting it. If you were not in network marketing or online marketing at all, you did not have an online business, but you still had social media. You get off work, you come home, you're making dinner, you're just waiting for the pot to boil and you start scrolling. What are you looking for fun? Go find that. And were those people, when they're making comments that you find really entertaining, it makes you laugh or it makes you think, you're like, wow, that's powerful. That's why I stalk Alex Hermosi and Layla Hermosi, because every single thing out of their mouth is something that I'm like, whoa, dude, that's powerful. I love it. I could eat it for breakfast. Yum, yum, all day long, right? Even if I wasn't building a business, I would follow those two people because they're just so valuable and entertaining. So you go and you find people who are posting stuff like that. And the people who are commenting, it's not just the person posting, guys. A lot of people are like, well, they're hugely influential. I messaged them, they didn't answer me back. By the way, still a good practice because you're exercising that muscle. Do it. Message them. Who cares if they never message you back? Exercise the muscle. Tell them they're amazing. But pay attention to the people commenting on it. It's not just the person posting the stuff. The people commenting on it, those are your quality leads because they find the same thing as you really awesome. So now you know you already have something in common with them. And if they're posting intelligent responses or saying something that makes you laugh out loud, go look at their profile. See what they got going on. If you did that 5-10 times a day, and then you get to their profile and you're like, wow, they're posting cool stuff too. Comment on their stuff. Check out their stories. Message them and say, oh my gosh, you left a really awesome comment on Alex Hermosi's post. So, of course, naturally, I had to come and stalk you, as we do. Hope you don't mind. I love your content. You're amazing. You totally made my day. You made me laugh so hard. I just want to let you know. That's it. That's it. Bye. Off to the next person. I'm not saying you don't have to prospect them. People get in their head because they're like, I feel weird prospect. Don't prospect them then. Just leave that message, edify them. Do that 10 times. Watch what happens. If you're consistent with that practice at the same time as you're doing all the things Nicole suggested, you're showing up every day the way I suggested, all over social media, wherever you are, and you do this, those people are immediately going to come and check you out because that's what humans do. And when they do, they're going to land on your profile where you've got everything dialed in to a fine laser and you know exactly what that person finds amusing, entertaining, inspiring, whatever. And they're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she gets me. This girl's amazing. And she just left me the nicest message. Now I'm in love with her. So I'm going to stalk her butt. And they're going to send you a friend request. Now they're in your ecosystem. Do you see how this works? See how this works? This is how we build influence. It's hitting on all angles. It's not about spending 10 hours a day building your business. It's about spending what time you have, whether it's an hour, half hour, 2 hours, whatever, spending the time you have with that kind of intention. and focus, doing the right things, and you do that every day, 90 days, your business will not look like it looks right now. It's just that it's so easy to do it, but it's so easy not to. That's the issue. You're going to have to lean into some discipline. I'm not going to jack you up with some fake motivation. That's not going to carry you. You're going to have to lean into some discipline and force yourself to do it. We're grown-ups. Set an alarm on your phone and just suck it up. So I don't want to do it, because there are days I don't want to either. There are days I feel icky with this big sty in my eye the size of a small island. I don't feel like it. But I'm going to do it anyway, because it's a commitment I made to myself. And I follow through on my commitments I make to myself, because I want to stay within integrity. Because if I don't, then I feel crummy and everything falls apart. Right? So we got to lean into some discipline. You guys have it in you. I believe in you. Back to you, Lady Nicole.
Well, we have to go because we have a training, but I want to just remind you that Staci telling you to reach out to influencers or comment on other people that are watching bigger influencers like Hermosi. People that follow Hermosi are freaking red juggernauts. Why? Because just like Staci said, she gave you a very descriptive word. She's like, yum, yum, I eat it up. That's exactly how you feel when you go in there and hear or see his words and you're like, that's the truth. That empowers me to want to go make more money, and I am going to figure out what the heck I have to do it. That's how he inspires people. He's super freaking smart and he's methodical. He doesn't have to do videos a day just to inspire. He's a methodology guy. He figures things out and then he shares it with you, and he shares it and inspires you with his incredible gift of speech. He is an amazing speaker, but we eat it up. So if that's you and you like his words, go look at the people that are commenting. Do this. Why? This is what's going to change your posture. So 30, 60, 90 days from now, your business is going to look different because your posture has changed. Posture is not something that you just think, I'm going to be full of posture today. It doesn't work like that. It is a habit, a muscle, a way of thinking, a way of doing, a way of showing up that you have to train and you have to discipline. Nobody's born with posture. It comes with courage. So step out and do this 5 or 10 times a day, because the way it makes you feel when you do it, where you're like, oh my God, what's that person going to think about me? That then, hey, you're amazing. Oh my God. Ooh, they're going to think I'm amazing. Good. It's making you uncomfortable. When you feel uncomfortable like that and you're stepping out of your comfort zone, you see it and you hear it all the time. Step out of your comfort zone. That's where change really happens. Well, what the heck does that mean? That's it. Get uncomfortable with the way people see you. Get in their world. If you're walking into a room full of people just like Alex Hermosi, and now you need to walk up and start talking to them and you feel so small, good. You should be in a room with people bigger than you. Go talk to them. Be uncomfortable and everything will change. I promise. Because all the things right now that are bothering you, a month or two from now, when you get in that habit, they're going to seem so small. You're just going to laugh at them. You're not even going to think about them. Everything will change. You guys have been amazing. We got to go because we have a meeting like in 1 minute.
Yeah. Well, I hope you got value from that. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to yesterday's show, I definitely recommend it. And if you have a team that needs to be spanked, share the link with them. Say, this is really amusing. You'll enjoy it. And it'll be a very subtle way to spank them. We always do it with love, don't we, Nicole? And have yourselves a fantastic day. And my homework for you, for those of you who don't have this muscle exercised, go and do what we just suggested, what we just shared in the last 20 minutes. Go find 3 people that you would love to work with. Not big juggernauts, not what I'm talking about, but the people commenting, right? Go check them out. Leave some meaningful comments on their posts. Check out their stories and then drop into their DMs and just edify them. Don't prospect them. Don't ask them if they want to look at your products. Just edify them. Watch what happens. And I'm not saying you can't ever pop in and prospect people. I'm saying you have to learn how to exercise different muscles. Go do it 3 times. If you have that muscle exercise, challenge yourself to do at least 10 today. Get into the habit of leaning into your discipline. It will change your life. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.